Hey guys, so for this video, I want to talk about the top 10 things Season 11 has to have. With the new season less than a week away, I thought this would be a great time to give essentially my wish list regarding new features, settings, and gameplay options. Then, once the new update drops, we can look back and see what I was right or wrong about. I also really wanted to make this video because Code Life made a great one last season, and it really got me thinking about all the possible changes that have to happen. The reason I say they have to happen is because most people really did not like Season X. So for those people, this is Epic's last chance to make them play and love the game again. I'm pretty confident though that if Epic follows through on the changes we're about to discuss, Season 11 could be the best season ever. So let's jump into my list, starting with the biggest and most important change that Epic needs to make: a new Battle Royale map. Since Season 1, we've been playing on the same map, which is actually named Athena. We've slowly watched it develop and go from a barren wasteland with only a few POIs to the complete and utter mess it is today. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I'd love to go back to the Season 5 map with the OG Tilted Towers, Wailing Woods, and no snow biome. After this season though, it's evident that Epic does not really want to go back. Yeah, they did bring back Greasy, Moisty, and Retail, but they of course had to go and ruin them by adding stupid features like zombies and taco time. That's why I think it's time for us to move on to a new map. We need a big, drastic change and to start fresh, which is exactly what a completely different map would do. Learning all the new locations and ins and outs of each POI would be like playing a new game. No matter how bad it might be, there's no way it's going to be worse than the current map. I'll literally take anything as long as it's not the same crappy one we're currently playing on. Please Epic, a new map could single-handedly revive Fortnite, so do not let us down. Second on my list is Siphon and mats per kill in public matches. Now that normal games have skill-based matchmaking, meaning you're put against people of equal skill, we need those juicy arena settings to make it fair. The only reason Epic took Siphon out of pubs originally was because, as they say, lesser skilled players had a harder time killing higher skilled players. This resulted in quote-unquote unhealthy aggression, aka too much pub stomping. Well, now it's literally impossible to be matched up with better or worse players. You're forced to play against people of your own skill. And I'm not sure about you guys, but my normal solo matches have actually had less players during the end games. The reality is that people will always push and play aggressive in pubs. Without Siphon and mats per kill, it makes it harder to survive longer and prevent getting third-partied, resulting in even more aggression and worse overall games. All Epic needs to do is add those settings back, and that alone would make pubs so much more fun and competitive. Third is something that the community has wanted for seasons now, and that is an FOV slider for all platforms. Ever since stretch resolution got removed, rest in peace, we've all been forced to play on native res. What an FOV slider would do is not change your resolution, but instead zoom out on your character so you can see more around them. This would make fighting easier, building and editing smoother, and just overall gameplay way better. The best part to me is that you can customize it however you want. If you want to play on a really high FOV and see everything around you, then you can. And if you want to play on the default FOV like you do now, then you can do that as well. Everyone wins here. For those of you who don't know, nearly every major game has an FOV slider, including Minecraft and Crunker. It's not even like Epic doesn't have the resources for it. Leakers have proven they already have a functional one in their engine. They're just too stubborn to release it. Trust me though, this would not only make all the competitive players happy, but it would help everyone because we'd finally be able to see everything going on around us. The fourth feature I really want next season is a building and editing sensitivity for PC players. The way it works now is you only have one sensitivity on keyboard and mouse for aiming, building, and editing. What this new setting would do is anytime you have one of your builds out, or you start editing a structure, the game would use a separate sensitivity that's different than your normal look one. So if you want to play on a low sense in order to hit your shots, but you still want to be able to build and edit like Mongrel, you could. This is currently a settings option on controller and on mobile, yet for some reason it's not on PC. And by PC I mean keyboard and mouse. All in all, regardless of whether you'd actually use it or not, more customization and settings is always a step in the right direction. Number 5 is another quality of life setting we all need to have: edit on release. This is exactly what it sounds like. Instead of having to start the edit, select the tiles, and then press your edit key again to confirm the edit, an edit on release option would make it so the moment you stop selecting the last tile, the edit would go through. No more spamming your edit key like an animal and messing up because you confirmed the edit too early. All you would have to do is press your edit key once, select the tiles, and let go. I'm actually surprised Epic has not added this yet for PC or for console, because they did add it for mobile and it seems like a pretty healthy way to reduce the skill gap. A lot healthier than mechs or junk rifts and all that garbage we saw this past season. Sixth setting we need is the ability to use custom crosshairs. This is another one that people have wanted for a while now. With so many snow and urban locations on the map, it's really hard to see your reticle sometimes. Before you comment saying you can use a custom crosshair, I know you technically can. The problems are that you have to play in windowed mode to use them, which causes a ton of input lag, and an Epic developer said it's against TOS and is a bannable offense. I really don't want to get banned, so how about we just get the option to choose a reticle design and color like in CS. Number 7 is to please give us an option to disable pre-edits. Pre-editing is the feature that allows you to edit your builds before they're placed, like this. Outside of C-Day using this back in Season 4, there's no need for it to be enabled by default. It's way bigger of an annoyance than of a help. We need an option to disable pre-edits or to have a separate keybind for them, because in my opinion, it's probably the most frustrating and buggy feature in the game. 8th on the list is a very simple one we've been promised time and time again: better in-game audio. For such a giant and lucrative game, Fortnite has some of the worst spatial sound in gaming. Say you're in a building and you have an opponent above you. There is no way to tell how far above you they are. They could be 4 stories above you and it would sound the same as if they're just 1 level above. I could go on forever about how bad the audio is, but this is not supposed to be a rant video. It's a wishlist video, and my wish is for Fortnite to actively go out and fix their directional sound. They've said they were going to do it for months now, and there's been no real changes or improvements made. Hopefully with the new season though, they actually follow through on their word. The second to last change I want to see is an option for mobile graphics settings. You guys have probably seen what Fortnite on mobile looks like. It's obviously not beautiful, but it's there to help mobile players get better FPS. So why not add it to PC and console? PC players on less powerful computers and laptops would get much higher and stabler FPS than what they have now. My guess would be anywhere from an extra 30 to 40 FPS at minimum. And console players could finally get stable 60 FPS during endgames. This would help out every single player in the game gain FPS. Plus, if you don't want to enable it, it's an option, so you're not forced to. Another win-win situation. The 10th and final change I want is one you probably haven't thought about. It's for Epic to fix all the annoying red build areas that signify you cannot build a wall in a certain spot. One example is under these archways, you just can't build a wall. Epic did try to fix this, and they did make it so you can build in a lot of these awkward spots, but there's still way too many of them on the map. Overall, those were my top 10 wishes for Season 11. I'm sorry if some of this sounded like I'm complaining, it's just there's so many easy fixes they could implement that would truly make Season 11 the best and most fun season ever. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and to turn on post notifications. Also, let me know what you agreed and disagreed with and what I left out. Lastly, shout out to everyone using code itsJerian. If you guys want to support me, then make sure you use my code for the battle pass next season. And as long as you tell me, I'll make sure to shout you out. Otherwise, that's it from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.